Here we go. It's Mozzarella versus Rezears. And a nice $100 best of 7. Now, I'm not sure if this is Mozzarella debut on a regular show match or not. I don't think so. It certainly isn't Rezears's, as Rezears has played many a times and has made it into the top 8 of the Salt Mine that's going to be played in the next couple of days. So surely going to be using this best of 7 as a little warm-up for what will be, I think, all best of 7s in the top 8s of the Salt Mine. So certainly time for him to lock in. Mozzarella, on the other hand, has been grinding on the stream a decent amount recently. But I think this would be one of his better wins if he does end up winning in the best of 7 against Rezears. He plays really well against Jorius, not to spoil any future results of other tournaments, but specifically I can think back to when he played in the what was it? It was the unofficial Open 1v1 and also the Champions Road, or maybe one or the other. You know, certainly somebody who can get wins on high-level opponents. Will Rezears be one of them? He missed his boost grab. That's what it all comes down to. Missed his back corner boost pickup. If he gets it, and he gets to make this save quite easily even, but had to try and pre-flip save at last second after missing the boost and hitting the brakes because he didn't get the boost, thinking, wait, do I need to go back for it? But it's all too little too late, as Mozzarella will win the next kickoff and grab a reset, faking the ground pinch, and Rezears jumped off the back wall. So Mozzarella will get his second goal. You see Rezears transitioning high, thinking about the ceiling challenge, and got completely faked out. Mozzarella, pre-flip 50. Not going to result in the goal. Rezears has to chase back to the ball and can't really follow it up. Mozzarella, ooh, I was going to say, desperately needs to be scoring this. Otherwise, he's going to feel he was robbed of a goal. As he wins this 50 and almost put that off target, but able to jump over the top of the demo. Makes it 3-1. Rezears is rumored to join APAC. Is that right? I'm seeing that in the chat right now. I think Rezears, alongside a full EU team, is expected to play the next season in APAC. Is that correct? Yeah, chat confirming it. What is that team again? Rezears flick top right off the kickoff. Mozzarella giving him the nice shots. Ocelon and Tho. Rezears, Ocelon, and Tho. So 2 Dutch teammates joining Rezears over in EU. As Mozzarella gonna need a double reset shot and drop it beneath Rezears. This is a really impressive play. We'll watch it again from Rezears' POV. He didn't really have ball cam on when the first reset was gained, but there the second reset leads to him dropping it just behind. Nasty shot. Mozzarella is looking in control here at the start of the series. Mozzarella has been looked at by a lot of different top French teams, right? Or at least a lot of top French players. I mean, they should be looking. If they're not looking, it's time to start looking now. Wall to air dribble and another reset. Perfect roll underneath the ball. Rezears not going to be able to stop it. But I want to say, you know, Mozzarella and Juke maybe is who I'm thinking of as well. Some French up-and-comers who have shown up on some high-level teams for French tournaments. I think we should expect to see a good amount from Mozzarella coming into this next season. Ooh, nice backflip. It's going to result in a goal. Caught Rezears, or caught Mozzarella creeping out to this ball. Perfect drive underneath the short bounce so as to not touch it at all and not clear it back to his own half, and then the backflip in order to convert for the goal. It's interesting to watch the snow patterns whenever you play a snow match. Mozzarella. Reset flick top right. Do the tires stay there for the entire game? all the tire tracks even after goals, and how much of it is already taken away, or like is all that space around the net already just because they drove around it so much. Air dribble bump. Deny. Koi says, I don't know. Neither do I. I haven't played on the snow maps a ton. It regenerates? Interesting. But also that makes sense. But also it doesn't make sense, because haven't people made snow art before? I feel like I've seen YouTube videos where somebody drives around in free play. Maybe it doesn't regenerate in free play, but it does. Or maybe it regenerates on goal replay. Could also be the answer. Either way, Rezears gonna get himself his 4th goal as he helps encourage Mozzarella to over-rotate. Rezears, another kickoff goal. So a game that has felt like it's been all Mozzarella is all of a sudden quite equal. What do the shots look like? 12-7 in favor of Mozzarella. But the scoreline not reflecting how much he's been on offense. He's outplayed Rezears on the goal line many times as well, but clearly Rezears has been able to find the saves. And now he's going to take it all the way from his own back corner. What a shot from Rezears. Actually denied by Mozzarella. Goes to show the amount of respect Mozzarella has for Rezears when he sees him in the air. He says, yes, by all means, you're going to be hitting this reset perfect pre-flip shot top shelf. So I know that that's where I need to be to defend it. But unfortunately, a mix-up here in the corner. Mozzarella went for the boost late and again didn't pick it up. I think if he had flipped back to that corner right away, maybe there's a world in which he picks it up soon enough. Definitely not what he did there. Delay kickoff for Mozzarella as he tries to not let this game slip through his fingers. Mozzarella, double jump, bump, that'll do! Was it a single jump into a front flip? It looked like, or did he just tilt his car forward? No, he did. Single jump, high single jump, and then last second flipping through to get the demo. Rezears chipping his kickoff into his own half. I think staying underneath the ball, no jump. Knows it's going to be volatile, but that's kind of what he needs here late. Hoping to get quick control or maybe even bait Mozzarella in too much. Mozzarella survives and has possession himself and is able to speed this over the top of Rezears with 25 seconds left to go. Rezears started creeping out in just the right amount of power to make sure he can't get the stop. Rezears rolling through an air dribble. Denied, sent away. Not sure how much he is trying to finish out this game. What a pre-flip flick. Man, a couple nice shots from Rezears that have been denied. Mozzarella having the respect for his opponent. It's paying off in game number 1. Even if Rezears is able to finish this one, it'll be a game 1 for Mozzarella and a nice long $100 best of 7. Hey YouTube, this video is sponsored by Epic. Because the Frosty Fest is here in Rocket League and there's a couple limited time modes that come with it. They are Split Shot and Split Shot Heat Seeker. In both of them, you cannot transfer to the other side and touch the ground. Otherwise, you will get demoed. And there's 2 different variants. The first is Split Shot Heat Seeker, which I played a little bit on stream. You can see here. Whoever scores last wins. It's playground rules. No way! How did I own goal? It's not easy to own goal in Heat Seeker. And then the other variant is Split Shot, which you play with 3 players on your team. The ball is a little bit lighter than normal, it seems, but it is not full-on Heat Seeker, and I also crushed at that. Oh, this is my chance. Oh, bang! Oh, wait, does it like explode on their half? Bang! Check out Split Shot and Split Shot Heat Seeker going on in the Frosty Fest today. Game number 2, Mozzarella and Rezears. Mozzarella looking mechy to start in game number 1. Will we be seeing more of the same as Rezears gonna flick over the top and be able to tap in the opening goal? Thank you for the 6 months of Prime external use. What about a split shot 1v1? I actually think a split shot 1v1 could be pretty interesting. Obviously, we talk a lot about the Diaz challenge and Diaz being able to go the distance of the field from his own back wall, but you don't even necessarily need to do that. You start, the air dribble slightly off to the side, and ooh, nice shot from Rezears. And you could, take it to the nets. I think it could go interesting. Right now, it's not in private matches, though. Late flip from Mr. Rezears. Heathen AZ, thank you for the 4 months of Prime. A timer that fills up once we hit the daily sub goal. Oh, good call. I was thinking about doing daily sub goals now. I don't know what, I think it would be lower for Showmatch days than Watch Party days. Honestly, not sure. Since the start of, doing this for... Whoa! See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why. You never know when Google Maps R Us is going to drop 5 gifted. And that absolutely should count towards a goal here. Thank you so much, Google Maps, for the 5 gifted here on today's post-timer stream, post-9 to 5-a-thon stream. What is the world going to look like after we lost our jobs? That is what we're trying to find out now. Because now I've lost both jobs. I lost my software job, and then I lost my streaming job last Friday. So now, at least I lost my full-time streaming job. Rezears with a big turnaround here in game number 2. He was already creeping back, it felt like, in the last game. Gonna continue that momentum. Yo, first-time chatter alert. Love your YouTube vids and just got Twitch. And now I can love your streams too. Yo, thank you, Tealbox. What is Split Shot? Split Shot is a new mode as Mozzarella goes low. Not a paid chatter, by the way, asking what Split Shot is. It's a new mode that Rocket League released in which crossing over the midfield line and landing on the ground demos you. And you respawn back on the other side. So it's not in private matches yet, but I actually think it could lead to a pretty interesting 1v1 against high-level pros, essentially forcing aerial play. You won't be able to do any wave dash landing shots or anything like that, which might affect it. Or maybe you can get it like, I don't know if you survive for like a millisecond as you land on the other side. Enough to get a dash shot. But yeah, I don't think it's in private matches yet, is my understanding. So we can't set up private matches, for a nice split shot 1v1. But I think usually when game modes get released, they do eventually get to private matches. Like Heatseeker used to not be in private matches, but I believe it is now. As Rezears gonna boom a long shot despite Mozzarella closing the distance a little bit. 2 minutes in. Certainly a much higher scoring game than we had earlier. We had Toxic Shoddy on to open today's stream. And that was, a midfield and defensive battle. And certainly not a kickoff battle, as there were very few goals. Whereas this one was resulting in a ton of offense. Mozzarella, I mean, it didn't matter. I think he's getting scored on either way, but he just missed another boost. He just drove within inches of another big boost instead of picking it up. I had a Toxic Shoddy once. Okay, mods. Please deal with him. Mozzarella out of the back corner, gets the reset, protects the ball, and does not allow Rezears to take it away. You do not have to get a crazy amount of resets as long as you get the one that matters most at the right time. Move the ball out away from the defender And I think it's just added bonus that he happens to be, in between, helping to box out Rezears from a potential clear. Rezears trying to make the most out of this kickoff. That boost did not spawn in time for Mozzarella, who's now back on the goal line. What a save from Mozzarella. Nerves of steel to stay grounded, cut it on the goal line off his post, reset the field to make sure he gets a possession instead of just allowing Rezears, a long extended attack. Unfortunately, it's not going to matter much because after he does all that hard work, gets himself possession, it gets stolen away, and Rezears scores anyways, but a nice risk. Just didn't fully pay off. You're not a big Mozzarella believer. What do you think about this young lad? I think Mozzarella has showed a decent amount of promise, I would say. And something about, having that French flag next to your name always seems to give people extra faith. And I feel like I'm one of them as well. Seems like the systems are in place to give Mozzarella the, path to improvement that he needs. And he's looking quite mechanical here today against Rezears, despite this game number 2 not going as well as game 1 did. Mozzarella going to be gifted a freebie here as Rezears tries too hard to make a pogo happen. (9-5) with a minute 33 left to go. Super high scoring game. Rezears heavily delaying the kickoff and letting Mozzarella go flipping past the ball. Booming long shot. Mozzarella wanted the psycho, I think. Oh my, wait, Rezears. I don't know if it was my EU ping, but Rezears went deep into that ball as he let it bounce over him and backflip. Somehow didn't move it at all. Mozzarella gonna 1-2. Keep himself within 3 with a minute 8, so it's certainly not impossible, but it's gonna include a kickoff goal or two. Rezears trying to power slide cut this one away from the nets to give himself a bit of separation to work with in an attempt to shoot. Mozzarella has no choice but to try and dive here, I feel. And hasn't been able to get a clean possession away from Rezears. That's all Rezears has to do. Chase this ball down as best he can. Never really allow Mozzarella a free chance. And even though he gets him a possession now, it's probably too little too late. Even if that went in, still going to be very tough. So Rezears is going to equalize here in this best of 7. They talked to each other before the match and said they'd be down to play a bit extra. So why not? Who am I to decline them their opportunity to grind some more? 9 seconds. And maybe Mozzarella has a chance. But it's going to take Rezears losing a terrible kickoff here, and even undercutting Mozzarella should probably be enough. Then he's gonna bump him away from having an angle to shoot, and Rezears will tap it in for him. Game number 2. Gonna look like a 1-goal game. It did not feel like a 1-goal game. Rezears equalizes the series, and we just got a best of 5 left. Game number 3. Mozzarella and Rezears. Mozzarella waiting out these bounces as Rezears closes the distance. What an interesting demo. Caught it late. Should be a free goal. And Mozzarella will open up game number 3. Mozzarella pre-flip to steal this boost here in the corner. Not able to get the best dribble though after gaining possession, so play will just reset instead with both these guys on 100. What is Rezears trying to do? Is he going to find a way to score this? Oh my goodness, Rezears! Mozzarella has no choice but to drop the nice shot as Rezears goes floating high away from the back wall, gets a reset perfectly, and then places it top shelf. You have to get such a soft touch there on the catch to make that happen, but Rezears does exactly that, and he's tied up the game. Rezears still rocking the German decal, the one that chat seems to be under the impression got removed from the game. And not just, you know, accidentally archived. Apparently it got removed, but here he is using it, so I never really found out what happened there. Did they like give it back like just for FIFA E or something? Oh, so only Rezears has it? It's ultra exclusive. Rezears and his teammates. Ooh, what a play from Rezears. He's cooking right now. After that last shot, he's leveled up. The reset, wave dash, catch, and flick out ahead of Mozzarella in order to take the lead. Rezears this time, in effort to keep the cooking going. He's going to try an aerial shot that results in a much worse finish than the past couple. And Mozzarella will convert it for a goal. Mozzarella wanted a boost, or sorry, wanted a demo, but will settle for a boost steal. As he forces Rezears up the side wall, now trying to launch him away. Rezears somehow seemed to just stay glued to the ground, fairly unaffected by the bump. Mozzarella made a big mistake there. Actually fortunate that he's not going to get directly scored on. Thought about going to steal Rezears' boost while Rezears had a clear chance to just catch and shoot to roll a long shot, but it's just barely wide. Mozzarella cannot chase him down, cannot bump him. He's going to try again. He's pre-flipped back into the play. Oh my goodness, Rezears seemed like he had been out of position, but his idea was a good one. It was probably the only way he would have scored, which is that pre-flip pop to get extra power on it from where he was at. Rezears, little wave dash, dancing here on the goal line. He's going to have the boost advantage, so no worries about a recovery from Mozzarella. Now a catch and carry to the ceiling. Late recovering Mozza is not going to be able to stop the low 50. The German national players all got the decal, even though it was out of commission before. I mean, no wonder Rezears is using it. If I had like a fairly exclusive decal, Mozzarella pre-flipping and punishing what I assume is a delay here. You can't just do this to a fully speed flipping pro. But Rezears has delayed a few times. Yeah, he is clearly slowing down there. Mozzarella's had enough of that. Mozzarella on the reset flick. By the way, Rusty, Rusty, what a generous mod. That is an insta ban. We don't have the chat on screen right now, but someone came in and just typed, literally slammed their keyboard letters, just nothing. The follow-up message wasn't really that good of a one either. For their first 2 messages ever, you could just perma those people. they're lost causes. Those people don't ever turn it around, in case you were wondering. You might as well just perma them. Rezears gifting Mozzarella a freebie on a long shot. Rusty is new to the sword, you know. He's tentative. Doesn't want to misuse it. Rusty is on the field now and not Rezears. Rezears managing to grab that demo as Mozzarella flies out to the ball. Rezears, a little camera toggle celebration as he's going to tie it up with 45 seconds. Mozzarella goes flying over the top. Professional streamer, by the way? No, I am not anymore, remember? I got fired last week. Rezears wave dash pop. Carry over the top of Mozzarella. Last second save. No boost left over for Mozza though, so he has to take a trip into the corner. Both of them will reset. A potential game-winning shot if he can connect with this bump. He does not. Rezears gets around it. Mozzarella, no boost available for him. He's got to go all the way into the back corner. Rezears wants a low 50. Mozzarella able to muscle it so that the follow-up roll is out wide of the net. Now he has a great position to attack the other way. Mozzarella trying to just force it with power, or with pace, I should say. There's so much has happened in the last second or two. The transition back and forth between who was most likely to win this game was just way too much for the past 3 seconds. The long shot from Rezears will be the difference maker. Delay kickoff is red, and a follow-up goal as well. Rezears chipping it over top of the delay with a second left to go. You do not want to do that kind of kickoff if someone else is actually going to fight it, but he knew that Mozzarella was going to delay an attempt to try and bring back the game. 6-4, Rezears up 2-1. So we had a game number 4. Rezears going to start immediately with a kickoff goal of his own as a result of his heavy delay. We saw Mozzarella, expect this, read it in the series before this, where he goes out for that pre-flip. Oh my goodness, Rezears is just 6 miles ahead in all of the kickoff scenarios. When he delays, it works. When Mozza delays, he reads it. He is playing chess and Mozzarella's playing checkers right now. Oh my goodness, he does it again. Another perfect read of Mozzarella's kickoff. Rezears catch, reset, wave dash. Sent high over the backboard, and he's done this a few times. He'll continue to do it again. As he hands over Mozzarella a free goal to open the game for him. Mozzarella demo, now Rezears on the respawn. Not going to be able to stop this 50. Mozzarella threatening that flick into the top corner. Rezears maybe slowing down and prepping for that before realizing he's going to need to jump and challenge. It cannot be Bacchus mod because I am not Rezears, so I can't put it on there for him. At least I don't think I can. As far as I'm aware, I can only Bacchus mod my own. Unless Bacchus mod talk to each other. It was like, hey, this guy also has Bacchus mod. This is the items he has on his screen, but I don't think it works that way. I think he legitimately has it. Apparently it was given to the Germans for the FIFA E World Cup. And that makes it probably one of the most rare decals in the game, assuming it was taken away from everybody else who had it. Rezears, what a nice fake to finish off this sequence of plays here. These two guys desperately trying to get clears and trying to not overplay their hand on low boost. But eventually Mozzarella does. He will play from behind again. He was able to win game number 1. I would say fairly confidently, but Rezears did bring it back towards the end of the game. Mozzarella's had a couple games where it seems like he's been within striking distance since then, but it has been mostly Rezears who will get a 5th goal and make it 5-2 in this game number 4. It was Rezears, I think, who first brought up the idea that it could be best of 7. And I wonder if he'll end up regretting that if he wins game number 4 here for a 3-1 lead and manages somehow not to finish it out. Oh my goodness, these pre-flip flicks from Rezears have looked so beautiful. He's clearly worked on them a lot. And this time, right around the goal line, he's going to single jump to dodge Mozzarella and then just flip underneath the ball to launch it in. Mozzarella gives him a nice shot, and he deserves it. 6-2 for Rezears as he's trying to close out this series. Rezears, slow dribble. But his reset catches are so perfect, it doesn't matter. Mozzarella is basically convincing him to go back down to the ground by floating at ceiling heights. And for some players, that's an issue. When their initial dribble gets cut off and they have to go back down and find something new, it leads to a much better result for the defender. But in the case of Rezears, he doesn't mind. Sure, I'll go down to the ground. Where do you want it? You want it caught perfectly and flicked into your net? Or do you want me to pogo from behind the ball? I'll give you whatever it takes. And the 50 and side flip will make it 8-2. Rezears absolutely on fire right now against Mozzarella. Why not throw a little pogo in as well? Mozzarella off the side wall. Demoed. And it will be a goal, though, as Rezears cannot find his way back. Decides to go for the ceiling challenge, and I think went wide of the ball. Not necessarily underneath it. Rezears slow playing before launching a moonball flick, and I am so surprised to see Rezears go up there. It doesn't seem like there's much up there for him. After Mozzarella's made a save, why fly up there as well? Use all that boost. It seems so tough to find a way to score, but oh my goodness. Is that a pre-flip save from Rezears? He's going to get back to the ball on the follow-up, and now should be looking at a open net, or really I should say late arriving Mozzarella, because it's not quite open. Mozzarella is in theory going to make it back enough to stand somewhat of a chance, and he's going to show exactly what I mean when he makes that save. Rezears missing just inside, or on the back wall of the near post. Trying to force it too quickly. Rezears killing the ball in the corner. Is it actually killed? Can Mozzarella score it? Not fast enough before the Rezears recovery. You wish Rezears tried for Salt Mine. He's in Salt Mine. Rezears is in the top 8. He'll be playing later this week in Salt Mine 4. Again, he seems so comfortable on the in and out saves, or in and out attacks. It's not a save. Playing from inside the net and getting these angles. Rezears slams it into the crossbar to double it, and Mozzarella had a chance to clear it, but went flying past it. 9-3 now. Pinch is on target. Mozzarella was prepared. So one less clip that Rezears is going to be able to get on him. Mozzarella on the air dribble is so perfect. Rezears made a little trail in the snow, and then he drove perfectly back over his trail as he reversed and wanted to reset his position. And now a double jump bump will make it 10-3. Rezears looking comfortable here in this best of 7. Can we go next? Yeah, that's up to you. I'm assuming you are saying next, yeah? As Rezears pogos. Yeah, okay. Pretty nice shot. Why not? Pretty fun shot to finish with. We can go next. You just have to call it. Game number 5, Mozzarella and Rezears. As I mentioned before, Rezears, I think, was the one who came up with the idea for a potential best of 7. And we'll see if he ends up regretting that if he's not able to close this one out. It's going to take 3 straight wins for Mozzarella, whose air triple bump is not going to connect. Rezears able to get around it. Cannot counter, though. Rezears single jump delaying before absolutely booming a flick, but it's way too much, so it plays against him and allows Mozzarella to score first. That was not the neighbor dog. That was our dog protecting the house from intruders. Thank goodness. What would we do? You know how many home intruders we'd have if it weren't for him always making sure they never come in? Rezears. Oh my goodness. Somehow found the perfect read for how to score there, just going down to the ground and chipping it up over the top of Mozzarella. He actually didn't score, but he did get Mozzarella to miss and stay in control of the possession, which is more than I was expecting once the ball seemed to be falling to a bad position. Rezears gonna get his first and will turtle in celebration as we are all tied up a minute 30 in. Look at the number of people in chat who are not subbed as soon as the 9 to 5-a-thon ends. Back in the day, just about everybody had a sub. Back in the 2 days ago. Rezears going to be gifted an open nets. Something that he's mostly been giving more than he's been taking. He's been the one letting Mozzarella shoot a couple freebies after trying a little bit too hard to walk away with a clip. This time, will go in his favor. Mozzarella not allowing Rezears to comfortably take this ball back into his own half. I was thinking Mozzarella was expecting to get a demo there, but instead got bumped himself. Now on an air dribble where he gets way ahead of the ball. Yeah, he's going to have to do that. I was going to say, with such a forward touch, not likely to be able to get underneath it and make a lot of movements with a pop. Instead, he just follows underneath it and protects the ball. Demos Mr. Rezears. Kickoff goal in favor of Mozzarella. A good sign for him when it looked like Rezears was so deep in his head on the kickoffs he would never get out. Mozzarella now, another perfect counter. This is reminiscent of game 1 here. And he seemed to have the answer for Rezears. Rezears flying to the ceiling. I don't know if he tried to bail out of his ceiling challenge, and that's why he ended up kind of flopping down. Either way, Mozzarella making the right counterplay as Rezears flops on top of Mozzarella at the midfield to grab the 100. Mozzarella not allowed to make a play on this. You can see him lining it up, trying to make a read. How is Rezears going to look to try and score this popped up ball? The answer, Rezears going to go for a double, make sure Mozzarella never stands a chance to get there. .213, Mozzarella. Heavy fake on the kickoff. Early fake, I should say. Rezears reading it and driving through for a demo. Mozzarella going to put the ball on a tee in the air for Rezears, and the way he's been playing in the air, he should definitely be able to find a way to get this on target. It's just whether or not it ends up being a goal. Mozzarella tried to rise to meet him, but Rezears just slowed it down. Did not play the ball into the blue car. Instead, Let it fall to the ground. Quickly he's able to get the follow-up. Demo and then long shot for Mozzarella. Back up 5-4. A minute 42. Rezears, I'm sure, hoping to close this out as soon as possible. I know he's shown he's been able to fight through some close games and get wins. Last thing he wants is Mr. Mozzarella to find that game one stride again. String together a few. Air dribble from Rezears. Reset wave dash so good. I mean, Mozzarella is going to have a tough time defending any Rezears air dribble when he's not able to cut it off early. You can see him boosting away as he picks up that pad, saying, you know what? I can't take Rezears in the air. I'm going to have to try and goal line save it. And that has been too tough a challenge for him so far. Power shot from Rezears. Mozzarella wants to bring this to the ground, but not going to be able to do so comfortably, so he has to give away possession. Allow Rezears to attack through the air. This time, just finishing with a roll through the ball. No reset, still a fairly strong shot. But with that being said, it is going to result in a Mozzarella possession. He fights through the bump at 5-5 with 50 seconds left to go. He's going to launch a counterattack shot. Mozzarella, what an impressive save to push it off the crossbar and out, but it's not going to have the follow-up. Mozzarella on pads manages to just perfectly get the save, and even Pogo's off the back wall, but maybe too much. If he had controlled his Pogo better, maybe he gets out and cuts off the next shot, but it seems like he was almost slightly surprised by it and maybe even preferred not to do it so he could just land clean and get a more proper angle. Mozzarella has a reset, gonna get challenged by Rezears, trying to chip it into the wall to create a scoring opportunity, but not going to find one as now Rezears has possession. Mozzarella at least able to get the midfield 100. Rezears could end it here with a flick. Mozzarella able to get the first save. Rezears has made some nutty plays trying to go from the wrong side of the ball to make a shot, and he's going to try and do so again here late. It seemed like he might have left the net open, but forced Mozzarella to go high. Mozzarella has a 100 boost, needs a goal, chips this out past Rezears, has an open net and should be able to get it there before it hits the ground. 6-6 as Mozzarella will tie it up and force an OT in game number 5. Must-win situation for Mozzarella. He gets a diagonal kickoff. No kickoff shenanigans here for this overtime. The ball rolling so slow, you can see it picking up all the snow as it starts this possession. Mozzarella attacking from the back wall. Finds an opportunity to grab a demo. Can he get a shot on target in time? Rezears respawns, but not enough to get there. 19 seconds into OT. That was a last-ditch effort on the demo, too. Mozzarella with 0 boost. I think he rolled over a pad there, maybe, in order to get that last bit of speed he needed to get a demo and get the win. Game number 6. Mozzarella and Rezears. Who will be the first? The first. Who will be the first to score? I guess that's already answered. Mozzarella is. But will we have a game 7 in Rezears Mozzarella? Or will Rezears be able to hold it down and close it out? Rezears, oh my goodness. Launching a flick. Mozzarella, all he can do in defense is say nice one. That's the best he's got. He's creeping up the side wall, so Rezears knows if he can get a quick one, he will not be able to recover in time, and that was more than a quick one. That was as fast as it gets from a flick in that position. Maybe without, you know, a Dominus or a plank hitbox. Mozzarella. No flick. as he's now forced into defense. Rezears stealing some boost. Take this into his own back corner. Forced into an air dribble. That isn't the best start ever, but Rezears is the kind of guy who seems to be able to make something out of anything. And this time he tries to slow the ball down to get Mozzarella flying past it. Doesn't quite work out. Carry into a low 50. Mozzarella, I don't think he's going to be able to grab 100 and stay in control of this ball. Yeah, he is going to have to allow Rezears a chance on net. Power shot. Follow-up is too quick. Mozzarella can't get back. He sent this high to buy himself a bit of time, but could not get around on the back wall and up. Maybe if, he could drive on the space in front of the nets, he could have gotten to the height needed, but with his little detour out, Sears able to double it in. Mozzarella not going to be able to catch back up to this one, and I'm sure his camera check assured him of that. Mozzarella saving boost now as he picks up pads. Knows when he needs to use it, and that is when he has to make that play on the ball and take it out the other way. Now able to reset on 100. Double reset. Shot. Wave dash fake. Mozzarella gonna be gifted the nice one from Rezears. Very strong shot from Mozzarella. Got the perfect forward touch off of that second reset to put the ball in the sweet spot. And in that sweet spot, you can either hit the shot or you can fake the shot. In this case, Mozzarella going to fake it. He'll tie up the game. GBA, no 25 working. It's not day 25. We are off the clock. Unemployed streamers now. Or at least part-time employed like we used to be. Rezears playing it into the ceiling to get it around Mozzarella. And did not seem like he could get everything he wanted. He went for all of it. He tried to go steal the back corner boost and get back to the ball. Mozzarella not going to allow him to do so. Needs a reset to try and make this a good shot, and he does exactly that. The reset dunk. I wasn't sure it was even going to be able to score after the reset until I saw the follow-through was so perfect. 112 km/h as he chips it off the top of Rezears and dunks it in. Can we revive the 9 to 5-a-thon timer? No. Maybe we convince the wife of another 9 to 5-a-thon in the future, but my guess would have to be, I think it just makes most sense to be in the off-season time anyways, if we were to ever do one again. No guarantees that we, do it again either way. Mozzarella must be driving slow. He has a very clear snow path that he was just taking. Rezears gonna make it 3-3. You know what would actually be kind of neat in 1v1 is, what's the game called? Like Tron or whatever. The game where you have a big trail, and the whole point of the game is to create a trail and cut people off and, force them to die. I feel like they could make that game mode, which is actually not what I was talking about when I was originally bringing this up. It was actually because if they made a trail that, was like the ball trail, but a little bit longer, showing you where that player had been in the past moments before they challenged. I don't know, that could be kind of interesting. I never really thought about it until I saw the big snow trail of where Mozzarella had just been driving. It's kind of neat to see a brief history of their movement. I think it'd just be too much in any non-1v1 game mode probably. But for 1v1 with only 2 cars on the field, could be neat. Isn't that in RL bot? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it is. Do it again, this time more loopholes. 9 to 5 is now a tradition. Interesting how it's a tradition, even though we've only ever done it once. But it instantly became a tradition, if you ask chat. Hey, I wouldn't mind it. I had a good time. How'd I miss this? I know, that's what's crazy, is you missed it because it's probably not at the same time every day, which is the beauty of the 9 to 5-a-thon. Also, it's 8 hours long, so you eventually get there. You know, whether you're there right away or not, you find your way to the 9 to 5-a-thon. Right now, Mozzarella is down 1 and is putting on a pretty nasty shot in an attempt to tie it up. And if he had boost advantage, it would help him a lot. Trying to bump Rezears away. Rezears in and out of the net. What a shot from Rezears. Parkour, they give it the 26 months of prime. Rezears in and out perfectly after the save, leading to a pixel perfect long shot ahead of Mozzarella, and likely a series secured. But we'll have to see how the next 48 seconds go. Here's 1.2 minutes extra. I mean, once upon a time, if you subbed during the beginning, you know, you might have even gotten more than 1.2, but yeah, that's where we ended, was 1.2. Rezears. Oh, Mozzarella just barely not able to get that greedy shot. He needed to greed it out. He's going to drop a dot. I'm sure he felt like that one was in. Rezears just says, haha, because that bounce is criminal. Especially for Mozzarella POV. I just watched it from his POV. It looked even worse. But what can you do? Down 3. Looks like he's going to give it one last chance. He cannot believe it wasn't in. Rezears. Roll back to his back corner. And how many resets for the road? 2. Ooh, I thought maybe a pogo. He fakes the flick, but you could also potentially hit pogo from that position. Rezears and Mozzarella gonna go the way of Mr. Rezears to the tune of 4-2. Not a bad showing from Mozzarella, but not enough to take him down. 4-2. Shout out to Epic for sponsoring this match.